Welcome to the Education Corner, a podcast by Education Choices magazine.
Education Corner podcast would like to welcome Mrs. Maren Kelly, the science lead at St Catherine's Prep School, Bramley. We're thrilled to welcome you to our Education Corner podcast. Would you like to begin by telling us how science is incorporated into daily life at St Catherine's Prep and through to the seniors?
Hello, it's lovely to be able to talk to you today about how St Catherine's Prep is inspiring the next generation of women scientists. In the prep school, we have a really dedicated space called the Wonder Lab, which teaches science throughout the prep school. The space is a really small version of a senior school lab with gas and electricity connection on each of the spaces in the lab. The seating spaces are around 4 of these different pods, which are dotted around the room and encouraging the group work and discussion, which is really important and valuable when you teach science. Every year group onwards receives all of their lesson in this lab, and we are really fortunate to have around St Catherine's Prep School some lovely outdoor space, which includes a cottage garden and little woods where we can teach practical topics such as habitat and plant life. Science is a hands-on subject, and with many opportunities for our girls to learn about their world around them, it is lovely to have all this opportunity and these different spaces in and around the prep school for this. We also have a dedicated outdoor learning lessons for each of the year group, which teaches the girls skills and encourages them to spend more time outside, really discovering and exploring nature. Most recently, our prep school girls investigated natural objects which they found outside in the little woods and investigated which materials are waterproof and which materials aren't, and they made little vessels assessing them if they could float. Our prep school girls, on the other hand, looked for mini bees in the little woods and investigated what kind of habitat they like the best. Not just that, we also have extracurricular clubs, and these are a really important part of the education program at St Catherine's. We have a number of great STEM-based clubs on offer. In total, we have over 30 clubs on offer for the girls, with the majority running over lunchtime. Some of the new clubs, which are STEM provision clubs this term, include an upcycling club, a construction club, and an empowering woman club, where the girls most recently have been discussing and researching women in science. I have teamed up with the head of IT this year, and we are offering a Pioneer of Science Club, which is a girls' school association-led competition combining science with IT skills. We also have annually a Royal Society panel at our school, which again is teamwork between me and our head librarian, and we are looking with the girls at the shortlisted science books of the year, which have been chosen by the Royal Society, and we then discussing these with the girls and choose our own winner. So as you can see, the girls have lots of opportunity in and out of lessons to learn and discover and to build on their love of science.
And how critical is it to inspire the imagination and develop the critical thinking and investigation during the prep years in science in order to secure or retain study of sciences through the senior school?
Our science education, I think, is becoming increasingly more and more important in our society. With the advancement of technology each year, it is really important for every child to be taught science at a young age. First and foremost, I think science is a subject that helps the children understand themselves and the world around them, and it teaches them about the natural world and how things work, and helps them develop critical thinking and problem thinking skills. The girls get in science a chance to explore, question, and investigate, and with this understand better what their daily lives is really like. They learn teamwork, listening skills, and that we do not always have just one right answer to a question. Science is really important in education, and the science they receive at St. Catherine is made enjoyable and engaging from pre-prep onwards. We hope that many of the girls who study science and discover their love of science will go on to be the next generation of girls which will help cure diseases, or maybe clean the oceans, or maybe even discover a new planet. Over 60% of our current sixth form study maths or STEM subjects, and our physicists are heading to CERN this Easter, which is nothing unusual at St. Catherine's. Many of our prep school girls go on to study STEM subject at their chosen university, and it is so inspiring and fabulous to see for the teachers as well as current pupils that they may study medicine at King's or natural science at Durham or computer science at Southampton. So very inspiring.
St. Cat's girls share their love of scientific inquiry?
Throughout the years, we have very different opportunities for all of the girls to collaborate with other schools and other pupils. We are very proactive with this and always striving to make new connections and forming new friendships and collaborations with our local pre-prep and prep schools. For example, we hosted a science show last year where we invited our local prep schools to their love of science too. We have worked together with Tillingbourne Prep School on a project called Superhero Scientists, which had a cross-curricular theme to that. Our head of drama went to Tillingbourne and taught the pupils about different science heroes through drama and movement before we then all enjoyed a session with the authors David Allen and Alex Sinclair, where we utilized these drama skills to bring that story to life of their book. We then continued to collaborate with them on a project on making a flying machine based on Leonardo da Vinci's drawing. So these collaborations involving different subjects as well as different schools has helped enormously building the confidence and friendship amongst the girls as well as the teachers. We are not just stopping there. This year I've been approached by Loosely Field Prep, and they have asked me to help them with their science week. So I will be going over there with our science mentors and will host a couple of science clubs for them in connection with this year's science week topic, which is called Connections. We also have formed another collaboration with our local prep school for boys, RGS Prep, where we have arranged to participate in their science week next week, and they will come to us in the summer term when we will be hosting a science quiz. So it is really important for our school to form these connections with other schools and to share our experiences and our love for science in that respect.
I understand that you recently have been awarded the Primary Science Quality Mark. Can you tell me more about what this process entails?
Yes, of course. The Primary Science Quality Mark, or PSQM for short, has been a real team effort and was a valuable experience to learn more about our science provision at our school and how we as a team of staff, school and community could improve upon that. So you have to do an initial self-assessment, and with that you will reach a shared understanding of what your current position of science is at the school, and that is in terms of leadership, teaching and learning. From that initial assessment, you then develop key needs for the school and then work on these targets to improve upon. We as a school had already a really clear vision for science, which was well established and consistently implemented through principles for teaching and learning, which we regularly review as a whole school community. But the Primary Science Quality Mark has helped develop the Science Capital, which places emphasis on increasing the girls' understanding of science, both with our own girls as well as with the local schools. So I developed and extended then therefore the science teaching to a more evidence-based strategy to challenge and support the learning needs for all the girls, and this has helped understand and establish and assess the girls' understanding of the key concept and the provision and promoting of science discussions and higher order thinking. I focused in particular on developing independence in a full range of inquiry types for the girls, using scientific inquiry skills appropriately to answer scientific questions and establish a more hands-on approach in all year groups, making use of all the facility the school has on offer. So to achieve the highest standard of this primary science quality mark, we had to show that our school is not just committed to improve the leadership, teaching and learning at our school, but also is committed to lead professional development and learning in other schools. So with that in mind, we have helped and provided professional development and providing to develop science capital in different schools for teachers and pupils, as well as for parents. So the primary science quality mark has really helped me personally, as well as the school, to see all the positive provision we have made as a school community and implemented an outreach program with lots of different local schools, which we will continue to do. And we look forward to making a difference and providing good outreach for the best possible science education for all of our girls and the wider community.
Thank you. And there's regular media coverage about the dearth of women in scientific fields of employment and the brain drain. How is your work now contributing to addressing this?
The recent studies have found that girls at single-sex schools were 85% more likely to take advanced mathematics than girls in co-ed schools, and 79% more likely to study chemistry, 68% more likely to take intermediate mathematics, and 47% more likely to study physics. So it is therefore very important to give the girls a sense of enjoyment and freedom to discover science from an early age to help them establish aspiration and a sense of I can do this. Our girls certainly have a real sense of freedom to discover their passion and follow their aspiration. And it's a real pleasure just to be a little part of their journey of this discovery. It is also really important to make sure that you link science with other STEM and non-STEM subjects together. So I have made sure last year that I established strong links between science and other subjects. For example, in DT, the girls have designed puppets, which supports their understanding of levers in the science topic. Or we've discussed when we were out in France on their holiday around Mont Saint-Michel that they're standing in a non-Newtonian liquid, which again has emphasized the learning through living science at its best. So the links between science are really important, not just in those subjects, but also in maths and English. So they need to be securely bedded into that curriculum. And our girls have certainly got a really engaging and exciting curriculum in all of these subjects to see that science can come alive there too. I work not only in a prep school, but I also work in the senior school. I teach year 7 chemistry. So it is really lovely to see the girls from the prep school again in a different setting. And the girls and parents have commented how reassuring and supportive this has been to see a familiar face teaching them in the senior school, which is making the transition for them also a little bit easier. It's wonderful to see them engage excitingly in the senior school in a science lesson, and as I did in prep school. And it's just such a real pleasure to be involved in their education a little bit longer and continue to make and form connections with them and teach a lot of science. We are fortunate to have also many parents who are feeling really happy to contribute to the girls' science education by either coming to school or to give a talk to the girls and contributing to the Science Week activities at home or in school. This certainly has further strengthening the science capital of all of the girls in the school, and have added to our strengthening of our school community as a whole. So the links I have formed with pre-prep and prep schools in the senior school have been really valuable and have raised engagement and excitement and aspirations.
And finally, can you tell us about the future plans around STEM and science at St Catherine's?
Yes, I recently hosted our annual science cluster group meeting for all heads of science from schools in around Surrey, Hampshire and Sussex. This cluster group meeting has been established by me since 2015 and discusses issues which we are all facing as heads of science. The group has been growing steadily, and I was really happy this year that I had the support of ASE, the Association for Science and Engineering, which advertised this meeting on their website and contributed to the growth and recognition of this cluster group enormously. We continue as a school to work together with the senior school. We have invited the Astro Club, which is a senior school girls club, to talk to our girls about this study of stars and universe with their online telescope. And I'm really excited that they're coming over to the prep school. Our parents, like I said, are really happy to get involved. And lots of alumni are also getting contacted about their careers in STEM and are inspiring the girls, which is such a valuable lesson for them to learn. We will again host our summer science program in collaboration with the senior school staff for our local prep school girls of Tillingbourne Prep School in the summer again. And the most excitingly new thing, recently a member of staff has applied to participate in a project which is organized by Science on Stage Germany. And this project looks at Save Our Nature by Understanding It, and will involve around 20 teachers from 14 different European countries. This project will create teaching material with a series of teacher training videos for prep school teachers in and around Europe. And we are really fortunate that Rebecca has been successful with her application and will now be traveling to Berlin in April to work with these other teachers together on this project, and then present this project in Finland at the Science on Stage Festival in 2024. So these are just a couple of projects which we are working on at the very moment, but there are very many more in the planning for the rest of this year. So as you can see, we at St. Catherine's are working really hard to integrate science into every part of the curriculum to help the girls thrive and to really engage them in the subjects in as many different ways as we can really think about. Pupils have the opportunity to participate in a huge range of different initiatives, which allows them to really fully witness firsthand how science affects daily lives and hopefully inspires them to become future scientists. So the passion and knowledge I have for this subject, I hope has spread well beyond St. Catherine's. With now being part of a European science project, I hope that we will continue to spread our passion and our knowledge we have for science beyond St. Catherine's, beyond the wider community, and beyond Great Britain, really.
All sounds absolutely fantastic, and what lucky girls to be getting such a depth of experience and insight. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for joining us on the podcast.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.